Did you know that 1 in 5 travelers face unexpected baggage fees because their carry-ons don't meet airline requirements? And it's not just about size. Over 50% of passengers unknowingly carry banned items in their carry-on, like power banks or liquids that exceed the limits. These small mistakes can lead to delays, added costs, and unnecessary stress. But don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, we'll guide you through the latest carry-on rules for 2025, so you can travel smarter and avoid those dreaded surprises at the airport. From new power bank regulations to eco-friendly luggage trends and hidden packing hacks, we've got it all. Stick around to find out how to make your next trip smoother and save time, money, and effort. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Chapter 1. The Carry-On Revolution. What's changing in 2025? As travel evolves, so do the rules. In 2025, new carry-on regulations are designed to make your airport experience smoother and faster. So what exactly is changing, and how will it impact your travel plans? Let's dive in. First up, expect new rules for the size of your carry-on. Airlines are getting stricter about dimensions. The average size limit used to be around 22 inches tall, but some airlines are tightening up. They're now requiring bags to fit into a sizer box. This small change might sound simple, but it will save you time when boarding. Don't forget about weight limits either. While most airlines stick with 15 to 20 pounds, there's a growing trend for weight limits to be enforced more strictly in 2025. If your carry-on is too heavy, you could end up paying extra fees. Pack light and smart. And then there's the global push for electronic baggage screening. More airports worldwide are switching to automatic screening technology for carry-ons. This means less waiting time and fewer bags pulled for manual checks. The future of security is fast and efficient. One interesting change? More countries are introducing biometric checks for carry-ons. You won't need to fumble with your passport or boarding pass anymore. A simple face scan will get you through most checkpoints quickly. Traveling with children? Some airlines will allow special priority for parents carrying strollers or extra baby gear. They're also removing restrictions on baby formula and milk for in-flight use. It's a step forward for family-friendly travel. As for the way we pack, 2025 is all about smart luggage. Many travelers are investing in suitcases with built-in tracking, charging ports, and weight sensors. These high-tech bags are also becoming lighter and more compact. Ultimately, this new carry-on revolution isn't about restricting your belongings. It's about making travel more efficient. So, before you pack your bag next time, double-check the rules. The goal is to travel with ease and enjoy the journey. Chapter 2. Power Banks 2.0. New rules, new rulings. Power banks have always been a source of confusion at the airport. But in 2025, new rules are here to clarify how much power you can carry. Here's what you need to know. For starters, most airlines still restrict power banks above a certain wattage. In 2025, the upper limit is typically set at 100 watt-hours. Anything over that? Well, it might need to go into your checked luggage. The reason? Safety concerns. Too much power can cause a fire hazard, which is why the limit is enforced. Here's a quick breakdown. Power banks between 100 watt-hours and 300 watt-hours are sometimes allowed in your carry-on, but only with approval. Airlines like Lufthansa and British Airways require you to notify them in advance if your power bank exceeds 100 watt-hours. But it's not just about the size. The type of power bank also matters. Lithium-ion batteries are still the most common, but lithium polymer batteries are gaining popularity. Surprisingly, these are often seen as safer, and more airlines are allowing them on board. Keep an eye on which type you're packing. In fact, an interesting statistic shows that almost 70% of travelers who use power banks don't know the current wattage limits for carry-ons. This often leads to confusion at the gate. The simple solution? Check the power rating on your device and read up on airline policies before you go. Here's a fun fact. In 2025, some countries have stricter regulations on power banks than others. For instance, Australia's rules are more rigid than the United States, where you can carry up to 100 watt-hours without any issue. The takeaway: know your destination's regulations. Remember, when traveling with power banks, keep them in your carry-on, not your checked bag. If they are in your checked bag, they can short-circuit, which is a fire risk. One more thing to note: the trend of eco power banks is rising. These newer models are made from recycled materials and are also designed to be safer for air travel. They fit within the accepted wattage limits and are a great alternative for eco-conscious travelers. The key strategy here is to always check your power bank's wattage and make sure it's allowed on your airline. The last thing you want is to find out your device isn't allowed at the security checkpoint. Chapter 3. Liquid limits are changing. What you can, and can't, bring on board. When it comes to liquids in your carry-on, the rules have been around for a while, but in 2025, some are changing. The airport liquid restrictions you've learned to live with could be easing up, depending on where you're traveling. The old 311 rule still applies for most international flights. But there's good news for frequent flyers. In 2025, some airports have begun relaxing liquid limits for passengers with clearer security scans. Certain places in Europe, like Heathrow and Schiphol, are already testing new technology that can scan liquids without opening the bottles. It's a game changer. In fact, these innovations are expected to roll out globally over the next few years. Some airports may even allow larger bottles in your carry-on by 2026 if the security technology passes further tests. Still, for now, here's a quick refresher. All liquids need to be in containers of 100 milliliters or less, and placed in a clear, resealable bag. The reason behind this rule is simple: safety. Liquid explosives are difficult to detect in standard screenings, so the restrictions are a precaution. But here's an interesting fact. According to a 2024 study by the International Air Transport Association, IATA, passengers waste up to 3 million liters of water every year due to the 100 milliliters liquid limit. Some travelers toss away full bottles of water just to comply with this rule. It's one of the most unnecessary hassles. As we move into 2025, airports are finding ways to ease the burden. Some places, like the Singapore Changi Airport, are even offering travelers the option to buy larger liquid containers once they're past security. You can fill up your water bottle or pick up your favorite brand of lotion without worrying about the size restrictions. Another cool change involves duty-free liquids. Previously, if you bought alcohol or perfumes at duty-free shops, you had to keep them sealed in a bag for the entire flight. Now, with the new technology coming into play, this may soon become a thing of the past. Looking ahead, it's clear that airports want to make flying more convenient, but they still have to prioritize safety. While the 311 rule isn't going anywhere just yet, expect gradual changes that make it easier to carry your essentials without compromise. So, as you pack for your next trip, remember the new liquid restrictions might just be a little lighter in the coming years. Stay updated on which airports are testing these new tech tools to make your flight even easier. Chapter 4. Hidden carry-on hacks for the smart traveler. Traveling with just a carry-on doesn't have to mean sacrificing comfort. With the right strategies, you can make the most out of your small space. Let's look at some clever hacks to help you become a smarter packer. First, packing cubes are a game changer. These nifty organizers allow you to compress clothes, keep things neat, and maximize your bag space. In fact, travelers who use packing cubes report saving up to 30% more space in their bags. Plus, they help you avoid rummaging through your bag during a layover. Another smart trick? Roll your clothes instead of folding them. Rolling creates more room and reduces wrinkles, which is a big win when you don't have access to an iron. According to a survey by Condé Nast Traveler, 70% of frequent flyers say they prefer this method over traditional folding. Don't forget about your shoes. They take up valuable space. A great tip is to stuff socks or other small items inside your shoes to maximize storage. This allows you to fit more while keeping your shoes in good shape. When it comes to toiletries, think multi-use. A bar of shampoo, for instance, can double as soap and even shave cream. With carry-on size restrictions, minimizing the number of liquids you bring is a must. Travelers who use solid products report fewer problems at security. Next, let's talk about tech gadgets. Consider investing in a small portable charger or a battery pack. With more travelers relying on their phones for maps, entertainment, and flight updates, a charger is an essential carry-on item. In fact, Forbes claims 50% of people regret not bringing a power bank on long flights. Here's an unusual tip that's been gaining traction. Bring an empty water bottle through security and fill it up after you pass. This simple trick saves money and reduces the plastic waste you'd otherwise have to buy in the terminal. A study by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, found that Americans use more than 50 billion plastic water bottles annually. By refilling your own, you can make a small impact. For easy access to your essentials, use the front pockets of your bag for small items like headphones, gum, and chargers. Keep your important documents like your passport or boarding pass in a separate pouch or neck wallet. These simple organizational tricks can save you time and stress. One last pro tip. Wear your heaviest clothes, like jackets and boots, on the flight. This lightens your carry-on and frees up room for more important items. Airlines have noticed this trend and are accommodating by making it easier to store bulky clothing overhead. By applying these hacks, you can make your carry-on experience a breeze. With a bit of smart packing, you'll be able to fit everything you need into your bag, and still have room for souvenirs. Chapter 5. The Rise of Eco-Friendly Carry-Ons. What you need to know: sustainability is becoming a huge factor in the world of travel, and 2025 is no exception. More travelers are opting for eco-friendly carry-ons, and airlines are responding by promoting greener travel practices. Let's explore how you can travel more sustainably without compromising convenience. First, eco-friendly luggage materials are making waves. Many carry-on brands are using recycled plastics, bamboo, and even biodegradable materials. According to National Geographic, the production of plastic bags and luggage accounts for a significant portion of global plastic waste. By choosing luggage made from recycled materials, you can reduce your environmental footprint. On top of that, lightweight bags are gaining popularity. Lighter luggage means less fuel consumption on planes. A study by IATA found that reducing luggage weight by just 1% can save up to 3,000 tons of CO2 emissions annually. Every little bit counts, and packing a lighter bag not only benefits you but the environment too. Sustainability isn't limited to luggage. More and more travelers are turning to eco-conscious travel accessories. Items like reusable snack bags, bamboo toothbrushes, and zero-waste toiletry kits are now commonplace in carry-on bags. These alternatives help reduce single-use plastics while making your packing more efficient. Speaking of packing, consider sustainable clothing options as well. Materials like organic cotton, hemp, and recycled polyester are becoming mainstream. These fabrics are not only eco-friendly but also pack easily and are perfect for carry-on travel. Brands like Patagonia and REI have committed to using sustainable materials in their products, helping reduce environmental impact. In 2025, airlines are also offering incentives to travelers who use eco-friendly products. For example, some airlines allow travelers with sustainable luggage to skip certain checks or receive priority boarding. In fact, the air transport world reports that eco-friendly travel incentives are expected to grow by 15% in the coming years. On top of luggage, one of the easiest ways to go green is by reducing your carbon footprint through flight choice. While direct flights can save time, taking connecting flights may help reduce the carbon emissions of your journey. It's a bit of a paradox, but according to a report by Green Travel Choice, this strategy can lower the overall environmental impact of air travel. It's clear that eco-friendly travel is not just a trend, it's becoming the new standard. By choosing sustainable options, you're not only making your travels better for the planet, but you're also leading the charge toward a more responsible travel industry. So next time you pack your carry-on, remember that every eco-friendly choice counts. Chapter 6. Tech and Travel. Navigating the new digital carry-on rules. The future of travel is tech-driven, and that includes the carry-on baggage rules for 2025. As technology evolves, so too do the guidelines surrounding digital devices and smart luggage. Let's take a look at how to navigate the tech side of carry-ons in the coming year. For starters, smart luggage is taking the travel world by storm. These high-tech suitcases are equipped with built-in GPS tracking, Bluetooth, and even weight sensors. According to Business Insider, the smart luggage market is expected to reach $6 billion by 2026. While convenient, keep in mind that smart bags with removable batteries are still allowed, but if your bag's battery cannot be removed, it's likely not permitted on most airlines. When traveling with tech gadgets, it's important to know the updated rules. Power banks, headphones, and laptops are no longer an afterthought, they're essential. However, they need to be easily accessible at security checkpoints. By 2025, expect to see more airport scanners designed to speed up the process of tech-heavy carry-ons. Charging stations at airports are becoming more common too. In fact, 72% of airports around the world are now adding USB charging ports in terminals. So, if you're running low on battery, these stations will make it easy to recharge your devices before your flight. Keep in mind that some tech items, such as drones and hoverboards, have strict regulations. For example, drones with batteries exceeding 100 watt-hours can only be carried in the cabin, not checked luggage. Similarly, some airlines now restrict the use of certain types of electronic devices during flights, especially if they interfere with aircraft systems. In 2025, more airports will be introducing facial recognition technology to help speed up security lines. This biometric technology will allow for faster, more efficient boarding and carry-on checks. Imagine being able to skip the traditional security process just by scanning your face. This is where travel is headed. When it comes to digital documents, going paperless is the way to go. Boarding passes, ID cards, and even hotel confirmations are increasingly being stored in digital formats. In fact, a Travel Plus Leisure survey found that 80% of travelers prefer to store their documents on their smartphones instead of printing them. While tech has made travel more convenient, it also comes with a few new challenges. For instance, be prepared for stricter regulations on the storage of sensitive digital data. Airlines are becoming more vigilant about data security, so always encrypt your devices and back up important files before your trip. By adapting to these new digital carry-on rules, you'll stay ahead of the curve. Technology is transforming how we travel, and the best way to embrace it is to stay informed about the latest updates. Remember, a little tech savvy goes a long way in making your travel experience smoother and more efficient. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and hacks. You won't want to miss the next video to stay updated on everything you need for smoother travels in 2025.